Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the idol squad that won the first Ateneo IBs was composed of Wilfred Anrillo and Glenn Tuason. So that doesn't really prove anything, right? But what has the strategy of closing proposition been in today's debate? They told us that the child will have some sort of identity crisis because the message of a state is countered by the message at home. Hold on, I thought the child had no agency and is unable to counter the discourse of the religious upbringing. If you concede that the state has a mechanism to counter the discourse, then maybe the job of the state is to make its message better and not curtail the other message. What is missing in this debate is the true principle of secularism, which is not atheism. The true principle of secularism is like not supporting religion or non-religion. No, Leloy, I will not talk about on-the-ground effects. What I will talk about instead are big principles that you have missed. So in short, I'll debate like you at your prime. Second principle that we're going to talk about is the principle of separation of church and state. Something that closing proposition champions so well when they say we don't tax the church. So let's deal with the arguments coming from opening government. The first is an argument of coercion. They say, Vinny verbatim said, you do not fight coercion with coercion. But then Leloy tells us, poor people will naturally gravitate towards their policy because it is money. What does that sound like? Oh, coercion, Mr. Speaker. So essentially, the state is coercing the poor into believing their model. So you're fighting coercion with coercion, which you said you don't want to do. Bye-bye. Moving on, Mr. Speaker. They told us, and by the way, they've never proven that coercion is inherently harmful. We coerce kids all the time. Don't cross the street, don't talk to strangers, don't chat with weird people, or shut up. That or that. Those messaging, we allow parents to make. Shut up. We allow parents to decide, right? Don't be so desperate, guys. Chill. So, those kinds of messages we give to the parents because the state cannot arbitrate those decisions. If you were a gay kid, you were sent to a Jesus camp, that's exploitation, we don't support that. That's what California banned that practice very recently. Then they talked about violence, like how somehow reading the Quran makes you violent. Reading the Bible makes you violent. How many people have killed people after reading the Bible in this room, ladies and gentlemen? That is a bigoted, atheistic, okay, you maybe, but not majority of cases. I'll tell you, in my speech, their model is the one creating violence, right?
Sure.
So let's go to the extension. First, we're going to talk about the principle of secularism, true secularism. Their idea was this: you want people to intermingle, so you have a multiplicity of views and values in that school. How is that possible if you are removing all public displays of religion? If your classmate will not tell you that he is Muslim because he's afraid that the parents might get punished for it. Meaning, you are obliterating visceral identity in the public. That's why you said people are not going to go to church, people are not going to go to school. So people are also not going to wear their burqas because they know if I'm a child with a burqa, my parent might lose welfare money, right? So it is not you promoting multiculturalism. You instead are promoting something that closing government already says has momentum, which is secularism. If you look at the United States, for example, a formerly very Catholic institution, there are a lot of strides towards secularism right now. So you already have the alternative discourse existing in society, right? It's not like when you're a child, you can access the internet and find out that some people are not Catholics, you know? So the secularists are winning. But the difference in their model is people who happen to still subscribe to a religion are now second-class citizens in that state. Because people who do not subscribe to a religion get more benefit from the state. That is not secularism. That is the state favoring non-religion with religion. That is atheism, Mr. Speaker.
Sir, one, saying that something works is not coercion, it's just saying it works. Number two, we never said that all children look at Quran that way. We said they are being exploited by religious fundamentalists and the state should shield them from that.
Number one, it works because it's coercive. Number two, yes, not all children do that, which means the chance for your argument to work is minuscule. But what have we seen in religious violence recently, and where have we seen this? Now that you have told the religious people people that we are not only just a secular state, we are fundamentally a non-religious state. There are several implications. First, you violate the separation of church and state, which is important, right? Why? Because what all of CCG conceded as, I'm not going to argue why it's valuable, right? Why? Because you said that you don't want taxpayers' money, like you don't want to pay taxes to respect the boundaries of the public and religious, of the spiritual and the tangible, right? What you do effectively is you deter people from going to Mass, which deters them from giving donations. You deter people from donating to Catholic charities because there will be a paper trail that will support that charity, right? What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that while you're not taxing the church, you're reducing their income. So effectively, the pool of money of the church is still less. So in effect, it is still taxing the church, albeit punishing the church, Mr. Speaker, which removes the entire notion of separation of church and state. Furthermore, already the secularists are winning. We've won gay marriage, we've won a lot of award, basically successes in the real world. So why push them further? Why relegate them to a second-class citizen, ladies and gentlemen? What has happened to societies that have tried to do this, addressing the violence point and making it real? What happened in Erdogan's Turkey when he tried to make the country like gung-ho secular, remove all burqas, remove all traces of being Muslim? The Islamist PKK rose to power in the northern side of Turkey. What happened to France when they started removing flagrant public displays of the burqa? You have dissent among the Muslim ranks. What happened to France when they started secular journals like Charlie Hebdo? That's where violence happens, Mr. Speaker. Why? Because you're forcing people to choose between day-to-day lived reality and the prospect of going to hell. That's why you push people to the edge. You push people to the point of desperation. And in a society that purports to be secular, when you don't already have God in your constitution, when you remove crosses in public schools already, when public schools are cheaper than your private schools, there is an entire system that already privileges secularism, Mr. Speaker. Why push the religious people further? It is not an aberration to believe in a divine being, ladies and gentlemen. What is an aberration is to stifle the right to believe in a divine being, which is what they're doing in proposition we are proud to pose.